Hello everybody. Well, today I decided something I've been wanting to do is put power windows in my 88 Firebird since it didn't come with it. So I bought me the regulator with the motor, and I just kind of thought I'd show you. This is a very simple process. I've done other vehicles which was much harder to do, but this was very pretty much intuitive and easy. So I don't have a tripod where I could have showed you exactly watching me take it out, but I'll just kind of show you. I just got the driver's door out, and everything is held in with these rivets. They're 1/4 inch. I forget what kind of rivets that they're called, but they're called peelback rivets. So in fact, I mean, you can still see there's some like for here and here. You don't have to touch those. But anyway, the regulator was held in by those 4 holes that sat right here, and then this little ledge was kind of nice because that's what kind of helped set the regulator in until they put those in. So anyway, first thing that you want to do, well, most importantly, what I did is I made a mark around every bolt, so I know exactly where everything went back, like that one there. And believe it or not, these are for the manual regulators, and for the power regulators you're going to use these holes. So the first thing that you're going to do, this is your up and down track, and you're going to want to take this out. Actually, it goes like this because it's bolted right there and it's bolted at the door, and you'll have the window down most of the way, so you can like slide this out of the wheel, and you have to remove this up stop. That's what lets the roller come out. And then what I do is I would bring it down and I would lay it in the door, and then I would bring it out. And then after that, you have to roll the window down, and this is the track that is held to the glass, and it also rides in the regulator. But what holds it to the glass, well, here, let me go to the other side. And speaking of, there is the old regulator right there that I just took out. But those 2 holes right there, let me move this around here. So it would be like that, and then that one right there would be right there. And as you can see, where am I at here? See, that's why they're called peel rivets, because they peel back, and they've got some really strong holding power. And you don't want to mess with that front one right there. That's just a guide. So you'll have to remove just the 3, and how you do that is the centers punch out. So what I do is I take an automatic center punch, and if I can find, you know what, I bet they're still on the bottom of the door because I just did this. Yep, there they are. So this comes in from the back way like this. I'm gonna try to do this by hand. So anyway, it will look like this, just like how you see there. Well, it will look like this. So what I would do is I would take the center punch, the automatic center punch, and then you put it on there, and I'm not gonna do this because it would knock it out. And then when you shove it, bang, it'll shoot it out the back. And if it doesn't, then I would come back with a little punch just to knock it out the rest of the way. Well, once you get all those out, and then you can remove this track. Well, first, I'm sorry, you got to get the window out, and the window comes out at an angle like this, and you have to remove this one right here to clear that. And then once the window is out, then you can set it wherever, and just be careful with it. And then that's when you can remove this track. And then you roll the window down just a little ways, and then you slide it forward to clear the front roller, and then you would slide it to clear the back, and then you can bring it out. And then after that, then you can go ahead and punch out these rivets here, and then get it off the ledge, comes up, and then you just slide it right out. And that's how you remove the regulator. And as far as putting power windows in, see, I already have the factory harness ran, and this car does not have power locks, and I could care less about power locks, and it made it much easier. But I bought a used factory harness, and the factory harness and the interior was completely gutted on this, so it made it really simple. But the factory harness runs, there's a plastic channel that's up mounted on the firewall, and that harness will go from this side to the passenger side, and then it comes down, and then there's a lead, and on the side of this kick panel there's a junction box, and it will plug into that. And then the harness will run down here alongside, inside there's a plastic channel here, and then it runs over, and there's a hole for your harness clips, and it comes up onto the console, and it comes in behind there, and then this is where your window switches are at. So that's basically it. Now I'll show you. Here is the power regulator. So, and it will sit in there just like this, and you see that little indentation, well, that little rectangle, that's where it sits in that slot. And then you can see the holes. Now what I do, I don't have a gun, a rivet gun that has the 1/4 inch. So what I've been using is 1/4 bolts, lock nuts, washers, and nuts. And you have to bring them in from the back side like this, and then put your nut on. And it's a little tricky, so you have to use, well, I wouldn't say you, but what I have to use is a magnet to kind of help guide it into the hole. So like I said, these were used and they were in great shape. I cleaned it up, and I need to grease that spring right there yet. I already did the other side, but I'll show you. This car only has 43,000 original miles, and this is the original grease, and it still looks great. And then the other door must have been lightly used because it was even better. Now this will all get cleaned up, and then I'll take my Kindle, and then I'll use a chemical brush, and after I get it cleaned up, I'll just wipe new grease into there. And then the procedure is just basically a reversal, is putting it in. So sorry I couldn't actually show you doing this. Maybe someday I'll get a tripod and learn how to do this a little bit better. But for somebody that wants to go to, and this can be with a Camaro Firebird, either or, 82 to 92, 3rd gen. So I thought somebody that wants to do that, that was just a little bit of tidbit information. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit that like button if you would, please. Thank you.